conversation. Hey, yo, let's chop it up, man. Hey, yo, let's have a conversation. Hey, yo, may I interject? It's about time for communal reconnect. Power of the we in some type of context. Working on the us so we can hit up what's next. It's that grown brother, grown sister type of flex. More like soul check, not just collecting checks. Fact, not feelings is what we got on deck. Take the high road, so this here is high tech. Getting to the real, everything that we hitting on. Pull up or sit down, tell me what you sipping on. Reclaiming kinghood, that is what we getting on. Real headlines is what we spitting on. So, hey now, yo, let's have a conversation. Maybe take a sec to talk on what we facing. Only way to change is to change the situation. How about we break bread now and have a conversation? Hey now, yo, let's have a conversation. Maybe take a sec to talk on what we facing. Only way to change is to change the situation. How about we break bread now and have a conversation? Let's have a conversation. Hey, yo, let's have a conversation. Have a conversation. Have a conversation.
You an alpha man, you want an alpha female, right?
No.
No such thing.
Oh my God.
No, I don't.
There's no such thing as an alpha female?
There's no such thing as an alpha female.
No such thing.
Why? How? Why do you think that?
Who does she lead? In the relationship, who does she lead? As an alpha female?
as a person though, not in a relationship. As a person.
Okay, so in terms of relationship, if you're an alpha female, who are you leading?
You're the alpha. So you lead people, right?
Yeah.
There can't be a dynamic though.
There can be two alphas?
No, where there's a man who's, you know what I'm saying, submissive to the woman.
Excuse me? Say that again? A man who's submissive to the woman. Okay,
Yes.
so how do you feel about that man that's submissive to you?
Me personally, I can't be with nobody that's gonna be submissive to me because I'm gonna walk all over him.
All right.
But
Exactly.
That's just me personally though. Some women want somebody that's submissive.
You know what's
What was the scenario? What happened? I'm so curious to know what he did to show you he was not attached with his emotions.
He just like flowers. Like if it was pretty much, if I'm a provider, why I gotta buy flowers? Well, if you the provider, then what's so hard to buy flowers? Like, so it's like you would rather just give me the money and then I go buy my flowers? No.
So basically, he would give you whatever you asked for money wise, but because he didn't buy you flowers, you broke up with him.
We wasn't together, but yes, because I just feel like it's not that hard to. You can go in Kroger's, you can go in Walmart.
What the fuck?
But that just might not be some guy's thing.
Well, then you're not the guy for me.
Fair enough.
Because I let it be known, like flowers or something I want. I want flowers weekly. If you can't do that, then
How much money was he giving you?
I mean, it's like whatever I ask. If I need $1,000 to pay my rent and my suite, then I would get it.
But he was giving you $1,000 for your rent, but because he wouldn't send you flowers, you stopped dealing with him?
Yes. I want to be showered, like flowers, like I got Louis Vuitton bags. I don't care about all that kind of stuff. Do the small things.
She belongs to the streets.
Give you flowers and not $1,000 for your rent.
No, give me both. Give me both. Why you can't bring the $1,000 with the flowers?
Okay.
You may gotta stop for gas anyway. Go and spend that extra $10 and give me some flowers.
These comments, they saying us black men, we get successful and get a white woman. Would y'all want to speak on that?
I'll definitely speak on that.
And I don't. That's sad. That hits me in the chest.
It hit you in the chest?
Yes, it did, because it's sad. Because they're not saying, I think white women are beautiful. They're not saying, I have a preference for white women. They're saying that in rebuttal to this conversation because they're tired of the black woman that won't go to the gym. They're tired of the black woman that doesn't have a hot meal ready when he comes home from work. They're tired of shit like that. So they say, you know what? Where can I go now?
You ready to get you one?
What can I do now? Because every black woman I encounter got that attitude. I don't need you. I don't want you. I don't got to. Girl, I don't got to cook. You doing too much. That's the attitude that have us by ourselves. And I think that's a cop-out too. You by yourself because don't nobody want you. And now you just saying you don't get attached.
Because my podcast is about this. I'm talking about maintaining something, just kind of parallel to what you're talking about to a certain extent. Maintaining black relationships, in particular, black women taking responsibility and accountability for their actions, our actions and behavior in the relationship with the black man, because we're not doing that. I did a video that went viral, say, why did I divorce my husband? And that video is less than about 3 minutes long. And I said I divorced my husband because I thought I was better than him. I divorced my husband because I made more money than he did. Once I got my little college degree, now I think he went to college too. And the more money I made was what, $1,000 a year? Because he had a great job. I divorced my husband because I'm being in the military, 30 years in the military. Now I'm bringing my job home to him, trying to run the house. Well, I done already did my job. I shouldn't have brought that across that door, the threshold of that door.
Please speak on it.
Right.
Speak
so,
on
you know what I'm saying? So I'm divorced my husband for this. Should still be married to him this day.
Please,
absolutely should still
be,
because it's not about all that stuff didn't matter, because now I'm out there divorced. Now I'm messing with him and that one, looking for that one, and going to bed by myself every night. The wrong thing. When then my husband, ex-husband, moved on, got family, new woman, and all of that, and I'm still out here doing all this crazy stuff and not realizing I had all that at home.
The quintessential.
Fun with the bag.
The quintessential.
Exactly. Now I'm great. Now
quintessential.
Right.
Absolutely.
And now I have an amazing relationship because I had to.
Ever think about getting back together with Mr. Curtis Jackson if he came and said, well, Ben and Jen did it again. Why not?
And still to this day, will always, he was the love of my life. I will admit that without any reservations.
He didn't have to get no enhancement. He good.
It seems like he's got Big D energy.
He does. Yeah. That's why he act a fool all over the internet.
What's up? Look in the comments and shit like that. The Vivica Fox shit, you look, and the girls will be like, oh, you must have had some bomb, or you must have been like this. Like, look, first of all, not after 14 years. No, not after 14 years. Okay? Because if a nigga showed up talking about you had some bomb-ass pussy after 14 years, 14 years? You be done called the police on the nigga. Called your brothers and told your brothers to jump the nigga. Told your man, go on downstairs, get that, he downstairs, I don't know what he's doing down there. All of this shit for no reason. You'd have been into all of this crazy shit, but the girls act like it ain't nothing when they do some shit like that. But if a guy do something like that, come on, you know what time it is. You were looking like something wrong with him, right? After 14 years?
Curtis Jackson responded and said, man, my ex-lover still want me. 17 years ago, we was together for 4 months, and she's still mad. My badoom-doom must be better than I thought. Kudos to you, 50 Cent, for smiling through it.
I don't got money like you at ESTG.
Why don't you?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. That's why I had to.
Just because you ain't had no money, you left him?
Had to.
That ain't right. I don't like that.
If he's making more money than me, if I'm making more money than him,
You should help him get some more money.
How am I going to do that, though? If I have my own career, I'm doing what I'm doing.
A woman's supposed to be a helpmate.
I feel like a man is supposed to be that for a girl.
A man's supposed to be a leader.
You right.
You're supposed to help him be a better leader.
I don't know. So I was in the wrong. Now I'm the bad guy. I'm always the bad guy.
You looking for a daddy.
I ain't looking for a daddy. I got my own money. I got my own money. I could do what I do. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't need a guy for money.
But you want one.
I want a man to be stable. If I was to leave him, I want him to be...
So he wasn't stable?
He was okay, but I was making more than him.
So he was stable, though?
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
So why are you leaving then? You said you just want...
Because he wasn't doing better than me. I need a guy doing better than me. And if he's not doing better than me, then...
I guess.
Everybody's different.
She belongs to the streets. I feel like it would have been more real if you'd have helped him get to where you wanted him to be.
Y'all want these guys. I feel like guys want that love story. Like, I feel like guys want us females to be with them in the trap, do what they do, and then when shit goes downhill.
No, nobody want that. You want that. You could have helped him outside of the trap. You could have helped him get a barber license or anything.
He was good at that, but he could have did that himself. He could have went to school. He could have did that himself. I would have encouraged him. I'm not his mom. I'm not gonna carry him and go do this and this.
A lot of women, you could have had a good man. You didn't want him because he was a cornball. You mess around with a bozo, have a baby by the bozo, and after you have a baby by the bozo, now all of a sudden you want to spin the block to the nigga that you didn't want to begin with. There are, and I'm not saying all, but there are a lot of single mothers who go after weak men.
Right. Mm-hmm. So
a lot of women will tell you all day, oh, being a stepdaddy is honorable. And a lot of them, they know damn well that man ain't gonna get nothing out of it. They know damn well that they can up and leave, take half of his income, get alimony, depending on if they are able to swindle him into legally adopting the children. They can put him on child support. In certain states, you don't even have to have the man legally adopt him. If you can prove that he played a father figure role, you can put that man on child support. When men decide to take on responsibilities that are not theirs, they're taking a very big risk. I do not, me personally, because I can only speak for me, I do not see how it's worth it. When women are usually the ones that leave the relationships. Imagine getting into a relationship with a woman. She got a child. You become attached to the child. Then she up and leave, knowing you got an attachment to that child. And then she look at you and say, you're not.
You guys want to know why women want to get married so bad? Because it's the one day in their life where everything is centered around them. Okay? Yep. It is literally like for you guys to understand this, we got 18,000 y'all in here. Please like the video. Some of you guys may or may not be familiar with this, so I'm just going to, rehash this. Attention to women is their ultimate form of currency. Again, guys, attention to women is their ultimate form of currency. And there is no greater oxygen mask than a wedding. Okay? So women love, again, going back to what I said before, they love traditionalism when it benefits them. I could walk down an aisle. My father gives me away to a man. Everyone is going crazy. I get the pictures. I cut the cake. I get security. I'm able to divorce this man whenever I want to, take half of his assets and take the kids away, and he'll pay me alimony. I get all these benefits. But wait, hold on. Wait, you're telling me that I get all these benefits, but he can tell me what to do? Wait, he's a leader? Wait, these vows that I took where I was sworn to, follow him and guide him and take care of him in times of peace and death and ill. What are you talking? No, it's just about the wedding, man. This is for my Instagram, motherfucker. I need pictures. That's where we are nowadays, guys.
It's an attack on femininity, too, as much as it is on masculinity. They're trying to masculinize these women and tell them that their natural state to be a woman is them being oppressed. It's the same thing. They're trying to destroy the home from the inside out. But we're just talking about the masculinity thing because we don't get the benefits of both sides. They're just trying to weaken us. Yep. But to do that, they give women both the benefits of masculinity and femininity.
A man's roles are static. A woman's roles are negotiable. And my argument is you need to get with a woman that understands that her feminine responsibilities are static too.
You gotta make a certain amount of money?
Being that I'm a mother too, I average 60, so 60 and above. Millionaires are okay too.
Millionaires are okay. Have you ever dated a millionaire?
No, I would love to though.
Girl, speaking, Kendra will tell every black woman to lower their standards. Bitch, that is never my role. How many millionaire men are y'all running into every single day that is being faithful and all these other attributes y'all say y'all want? So it's not about lowering your standards. It's about being honest with what is in front of you. There's not enough millionaire men for every black woman. I would rather have a man who may not be a millionaire, but treats you like a queen. That to me is high standards. To me, you're lowering your standards actually when you're focusing on a person that might have $1 million, but still gonna treat you like shit. So Cassie, Sassy, whatever the fuck your name is, now we clear.
Hey, Red Pill Kendra didn't lie. That's the Kevin Samuels effect.
Women is doing more money. They feel very uncomfortable. I have this problem.
Well, actually, that's not true. That's actually not true. It's the 80% of women that are in relationships and 90% of the college educated. It's actually the women that are not comfortable if they're earning more money than the men. You left your boyfriend because he was lazy. He wasn't making money. But let's just go back to the data here for a second. So man makes more money. Divorces go down. Divorce is initiated overwhelmingly by women. So women are not leaving men that are making money. So the next question would be, what happens with the whole cheating and loyalty department, right? If you look at the cheating rates for women, under $30,000 a year, so like lower and lower income men, the cheating rate for women is about 25%, up to about 30%. because women cheat in order to it's hypergamy. They're looking for a way out of the relationship, right? So it's like, but as the income rates go up, something really interesting happens, right? The cheating rate for women declines, and the cheating rate for men goes up. So women decline from like 30% down to about 13% cheating rates as the man makes more money. But as the man makes more money, his propensity to cheat goes from about 13% up to about 30%. Which is really interesting when you think about it. So what do women really value, right? So women are not leaving wealthy men because divorce rates drop when men are wealthy. Women are not leaving wealthy men, but wealthy men statistically cheat 3 times more than poor men. So what do women really value?
Can I ask which the statistics you're speaking of and of what year? It's very important. Yeah. It's very important to cite where you get your statistics from because we're listening to you.
Sure, okay, that's fine.
It would be very interesting to know.
Well, this is just, anyways. We can definitely give you the cited sources, and there's a lot of information. This is not like private secrets.
So until then, it's not a fact.
I mean, it's very much a fact.
Okay.
It's very much a fact. Which book do you want me to cite?
Well, you're the one stating the statistics, so I would love to hear.
Okay, well, I lied and I made all these numbers up, but they're not true. So just live your life and continue.
You can find many statistics that can kind of acknowledge your point of view.
I'm not getting into that low IQ argument. I'm just giving you statistics as they exist. You can look up these rates very, very transparently now, especially because nowadays it's very easy to actually see transparently through a relationship through just electronic tracing, right? When you have divorce courts, you can actually see very, very accurately how many divorces were proven to be caused by infidelity and other factors, right? Women don't tend to leave men statistically. Not every woman's the same. These are group statistics. We're not talking about individuals. And buddy, I know I'm different because I would never do that. I'm an entrepreneur and I'm a meth leopard and all these kind of, I have tarot cards and I'm a Gemini, but whatever. Listen, bottom line is these do not apply to individuals. Your group statistics, right? Men cheat more as they get wealthier because they have more access to sex. More women make themselves more available. Women cheat less as they are with a wealthy man. So statistically speaking, we know that money actually drives loyalty in a relationship when the man makes money. Women are not divorcing wealthy men, even though 1 out of 3 of them cheat. Another really interesting statistic here is that
shit that females are going to hate me for saying, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Just watch this.
Could he possibly like me more than his girlfriend? And could I possibly be dumb to think that it's more than
what gender are you asking this question to? He might absolutely like you more than his girlfriend. That do not mean he want to be with your. That don't mean he's ever intending to wipe your. Because your girl can get on your goddamn nerves, but I still know this who I want to be with. She's just getting on my nerves right now, and I don't like her. I love her though, but I happen to like you. You know what I'm saying? Because in the midst of my difficulty with my partner, you was willing to squeeze yourself in. You didn't even try to take up space. You know what I'm saying? You was willing to fit into my life exactly the way I needed you to fit in. You feel me? I can like you right where you at. You don't want no more? You ain't asking for shit? Hell yeah, I like you. You mean I get to still go home to my girl? Yes, I like you a lot. I'm gonna talk to you a lot. You mean you gonna get up? You actually okay with me having to get off the phone when my girl walk in? Yeah, I like you, baby.
Ladies, just because a man is cheating on his girl with you does not mean that he is going to pick you over his girl. Because y'all love talking about, oh, he likes me so much. Bitch, of course he does. You let him sit up and do whatever he wants to do with you, and then you allow him to go home with his girl, and you're perfectly okay with that. Of course he likes you. You're allowing him to do whatever he wants to do and not suffer any consequences. Of course he likes you. Now, fellas, this doesn't mean that y'all are in the clear, because y'all should not be out here cheating. But ladies, we gotta start taking some responsibility whenever it comes to the role that we play when it comes to cheating. Whether you're the girlfriend who's turning a blind eye to it, or if you're the side chick who he's cheating with. Whichever role you're playing, you're still playing a role in letting this man get away with whatever he wants to do. Especially the side chick who knows about the girlfriend, the fiance, the wife, whoever. Because y'all love competing and fighting for that spot of becoming his woman, that you're willing to sacrifice your self-respect in order to get it. And even if you were to get that spot, even if he was to leave his woman and be with you, you're now the girlfriend, the fiance, the wife, whoever. But guess what? That side chick role that you used to play, now that role needs to be filled. And the cycle is just going to continue. Now, like I said, this does not mean cheating is right. It is absolutely wrong. But you can't just sit back and point out what's wrong if you are contributing to the problem. So don't sit up preaching how it's so wrong for men to cheat whenever you as a woman, you are okay with busting it wide open for a man who you know has a woman. You're contributing to his wrongdoing, so you have no room to talk.
Black women still want them a black man for the most part.
Women, black women in particular, we don't need y'all funky asses. Okay?
Black men are giving black women AIDS at a very high rate. Black men are unaliving black women at a very high rate. And now there's a new flavor of nigga out called incel.
You're right. We don't need black men. We are the most educated demographic in this country right now. We have started more business than any demographic in this country right now. We're doing great. We don't need anyone.
We was never gonna date you anyway.
Usually it's black men, because black men are the only ones who seem to have a difficult time with, caring for someone other than themselves.
All they asking for you to do is provide, be a leader, and be a protector.
And if you can't ask any of the male contacts then for money, yes, it is time. Block, 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 block. The wax lady, your hairstylist, your landlord, your phone bill. Payment method is not good morning. What you doing? How can you, a woman, take your money and spoil a man?
When I'm in a relationship, I don't believe in spending my money on my man. His money is for me. My money is for me.
If you don't feel like you can help out with me and my kid, then we don't have anything to talk about.
Yeah.
I'm adding myself. So that's all I have for you. I don't have anything to bring to a table.
I'm supposed to be beautiful for my man. I'm not supposed to be the slave.
For all you pick-me-shoes out there cooking and cleaning and making your boyfriends giant plates of food, ask yourself, why are you doing all these things that wives barely even do?
So in order for you to get a man with money, you need to look like money and know how to package yourself like money. If a guy is looking to tickle your fancy, let him spend some money.
It's guys out there who want you, right? But won't spend $100 on you. But mad because you talk to a new dude who spend money on you. He spend money, you don't. I'm doing us both a favor.
All they asking for you to do is provide.
For money?
For money?
Money? And can you send me $100?
If he doesn't give you money, you need to leave him.
Receiving $250,000 by wire transfer, darling.
Hey, yo, may I interject? It's about time for communal reconnect. Power of the we in some type of context. Working on the us so we can get to what's next. Just that grown brother, grown sister type of flex. More like soul check, not just collecting checks. Facts, not feelings, is what we got on deck. Take the high road so this here is high tech. Getting back to the real, the very thing that we hitting on. Pull up or sit down and tell me what you sipping on. Reclaiming kinghood, that is what we getting on. Real headlines is what we spitting on. So, hey now, let's have a conversation. Maybe take a sec, talk on what we facing. Only way to change is to change the situation. How about we break bread now and have a conversation? Hey now, yo, let's have a conversation. Maybe take a sec, talk about what we facing. Only way to change is to change the situation. So how about we break bread now and have a conversation?
Today, we champion the black men who've taken the reins of their lives, leading the way in family, finance, and purpose. Their own unique FFB. We're here to uplift and to highlight the black men whose personal brands shine, illuminating the best within our community. The essence of our community lies in the power of dependability, of being useful, and consistently exuding confidence, intelligence, and assertiveness. That's the man we're here to celebrate. A man who truly embodies a meaningful, accountable nature. A true man. But our praise doesn't stop there. We raise our hats to the black women whose public and private actions beautifully mirror the strength and grace of our black men. Together, they weave the vibrant fabric of our community. Now let's celebrate the mantra that binds us. Dare to be bold, not silent. That's our rallying cry here at the Real Bravado Network. We're all about character, personal growth, and fostering a culture of accountability, all framed by this bold mantra. Our name, Real Bravado, represents our spirit, the essence of being truly bold. And that's our mission for every live stream, every conversation we have. So, let's dive into this journey together. And remember, we're here to be real, to be bold. Let's start this conversation, folks. Welcome, everyone, to our exciting live stream here on RBN, your trusted Real Bravado Network. This is your moment, your space. This is Have the Conversation. And every black man, start your day with 3 words. I'm a king.
I'm a king, cause I do what I want and what I need. I don't need you to nobody, I'm busy doing my thing. Mess with me and you could get forgotten, just let it sing. I don't play, I just win every day, I get it in. I'm a king, cause I do what I want and what I need. I don't need you to nobody, I'm busy doing my thing. Mess with me and you could get forgotten, just let it sing. I don't play, I just win every day, I get it in. I'm a king, and I will never knew. Plotting for my fall, you getting hanged for treason. I don't aim to please, do anything I feel. Haters gonna talk, don't listen to the shit. They tryna be like me, they know they can, yo. Can't even get close, I'm on a pedestal, sitting on my throne. My neck be decked in gold, I don't do no hoes, I've got a queen though. I'm a king, cause I do what I want and what I need. I don't need you to nobody, I'm busy doing my thing. Mess with me and you could get forgotten, just let it sing. I don't play, I just win every day, I get it in. I'm a king, cause I do what I want and what I need. I don't need you to nobody, I'm busy doing my thing. Mess with me and you could get forgotten, just let it sing. I don't play, I just win every day, I get it in. I'm a king, I told you guys before, ready for the war, to get me way much more. Gather all these parts, add them to my kingdom. Shout out to my fans for pledging your allegiance. You get a reward, the best flow you've ever heard. I don't be mixing with birds, I'm a lion on the surge. Always pushing to the edge, facing arrows, never scared. For my greatness I'ma serve, and only under myself I'm a king cause I do what I want and what I need. I don't need you to nobody, I'm busy doing my thing. Mess with me and you could get forgotten, just let it sing. I don't play it, I just win every day, I get it in. I'm a king cause I do what I want and what I need. I don't need you to nobody, I'm busy doing my thing. Mess with me and you could get forgotten, just let it sing. I don't play it, I just win every day, I get it in.
All right, we are back. Let's see. We got. Hold on. Can you guys hear me? Hey there. We are back. We are back. For those of you who are in the chat, let me just say this. You know, doing this YouTube game ain't nothing serious, especially when you're not like one of these super big platforms and you pulling in $10,000, $20,000 a month. And you can just come in and do it live and do it all the time and be consistent. You ain't got to worry about life. I know Mona D in the chat. She know what I'm talking about. She know exactly what I'm talking about. So let me just say off the back, I do like to at least come on live at least once a week, but the last 2 months is, you know, life has been getting in the way. A brother works a lot, and right now at one of the spots that I work at, they are throwing so much money, man, at us. It's hard to tell them no. I'm just not gonna lie to you. So I do that. But welcome back. And today, I want to hold on a second before we get rolling. Let me just go ahead and do this. Okay, welcome everybody to the Real Bravado Network, your RBN, your reliable hub for truth, growth, and enlightenment. We're streaming live. Finally, we're streaming live, and my name is TJ, and I'm your facilitator for today's journey. And this is Have the Conversation. We exist for one purpose, and that's to amplify the voices of Black men who are focused on their family, their finance, and their purpose. And that is our core. We're here to celebrate Black men whose personal brand encapsulates the best of us. Men who are dependable, useful, and consistent. Good Lord. And those who dare to live up to the true definition of a real man, M-A-N, a man who embodies a meaningful, accountable nature of M-A-N. Okay. And let's not forget about Black women who stand with us and whose public and private conduct resonates with the best aspects of Black men. Today and every day, we echo our mantra. We dare to be bold and not silent here on the RBN, the Real Bravado Network. And this is where character, personal development, and accountability takes precedence. Hold on a second, y'all. Hey, Freddie.
Good, man. What's happening?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good, brother. What's going on?
You know what? This is gonna sound real bad because you know I'm a dad. It's gonna sound real bad because I'm a dad. I just did not realize until today that this is Father's Day is this month. Completely and utterly like blew past it. It didn't dawn on me. I was kind of more focused on June. We had this whole conversation about Juneteenth, and it just didn't even dawn on me that it was Father's Day this month. So today's stream and what we're going to do when we come back on the 26th, we're really going to focus on the best of our men. The last couple streams, Freddie, we really got into this whole concept that Black men are not ambitious, and we're gonna get more into that today, and then we're gonna follow it up next week. I think it's on the 26th. On the 26th, for those of you who are watching, who will be watching later on the 26th, I normally don't go out begging for people to come on my stream, but I'm going to do it for the 26th. Listen, we're going to talk about a young man on the 26th and the 26th is going to conclude our month-long journey on talking about Black man ambition. But on the 26th, we're going to dedicate an entire stream to an 8th grade Black boy.
Ooh.
An 8th grader who this fall will be a freshman. And that's going to conclude our that stream will be the conclusion to our take on this whole notion that Black men lack ambition. We're gonna feature, and I'm still working on this. I don't know if I can pull this off, but I'm working with this with the YouTube principal Terrell Key. We're working on getting this 8-year-old boy for any productive, character-driven man. This 8-year-old boy would, if he was our son. So I'm just gonna leave it at that, okay? But understand on the 26th, when we wrap up our whole diatribe for the last month or so, talking about the ambitions of Black men, and I'm gonna end it with not talking about Black men, but I'm gonna end it talking about a Black boy.
That's gonna be
who
good.
We all should. I can't even. Part of me just want to jump into that today, but I really want to do something special. I actually want to try to get the young man on the stream as well. He's being raised by his grandparents. So there's something to be said about Black boys who are raised by their grandparents, especially when their grandfather is in the home, that makes them extra, give them something. They come up with a little bit of extra sauce, extra secret sauce. So So I just wanted to talk about that. But how you been doing, brother? I'm kind of killing time a little bit, trying to get a few more people in the chat. But you know what I've been noticing on YouTube, though? This ain't just me, man. Lives have been taking a hit the last few months. They've just been taking a hit, man. And I don't know what the deal is or what's going on. Or maybe just people are just so sick of the fakery going on out here in these YouTube streets. And nobody... And all of these people coming out of the woodwork and being exposed as basically frauds. And nobody on here really wanting to do some real work. I'm over here doing I'm trying to do some real work. I know I am not the most entertaining sucker on the planet, but I think what we do over here is special. You know, we attack the issues. We don't attack the woman. We attack the issues. We don't attack the man. We attack the issues. Now, if the woman feel attacked, I don't know what to do. If the man feel attacked, I don't know what to do. But we focus on the issues over here. We do. We focus on the issues over here. So I just wanted to bring you up, Frederick. Listen, I'm gonna bring you back real quick. I'm gonna get rolling into this. Thank you guys in the chat for joining me. Especially, I'm gonna shout out Mona D. This lady has been showing up for me and supporting me, and I try to return the favor. Smoke and Talk. Those brothers, when I drop in their chat, man, they make me feel like a celebrity. When I jump in their chat, send them a super chat or a comment, the way them brothers react to my comments, man, it make me feel like I'm real important. So I really appreciate those brothers, especially that. And we got some new people here today with us too in the chat. Almond Eyes, I think this is her first live with us. She's in the chat. Let's see. I don't want to mess up people's name because I actually went off on the Angry Man because he messed up my name. The Empathetic Coach, I'm glad to see her in. I've seen her in other lives. She's joining us live. So it's a little bit pressure to kind of do, try to kind of do what we do over here, which is get it in.
Ain't no pressure. So there's just another day in the office, bro.
Another day at the office. All right, Frederick, I'm going to be right back with you in a minute. I mean, literally, I'm going to be back with you in a minute because we're going to get into it today. One of the feature conversations that we're going to have right off the top is this whole notion that this lady made a comment on her live stream about, she started chin checking the guys on her live stream about questioning them what's so special about a man raising a boy and how come a woman can't do the same thing. Man, we're gonna I'll be back. I'll be right back with you, Frederick. My goodness, man. My goodness. All right, y'all. Welcome to everybody that's here. Let's get right into it. All right. I hate to say this, and I know a lot of brothers a lot of brothers know this, and what I'm about to say with this statement. And Uncle Junior Network was talking about it today a little bit, and I'm going to actually run it home. Hopefully those guys, when they wrap up, come join me over here. But here's the thing. If you don't know this, I'm going to tell you this. If you don't know this, I hate to be the one to break the news to you. Black men, nobody cares about your struggle. I want to say that one more time, and I want y'all to listen. Nobody cares about your struggle. Even the people related to you, even though they care for you, love you, there's just always something a little spicy and extra when it comes to our brothers. And here's I work, one of the positions that I have, I work in the hospital. And I hate to start off with this kind of a story, but I'm going to start off with this story. So last night I was working in the emergency room, and this 37-year-old black man came in through the emergency room. And let me tell you something. You know, I hate to say this about healthcare. If you're a black man in healthcare, you get severely sick, you take somebody to the hospital with you who can advocate for you. I never see such a display of despicable, uncaring attitudes towards any group of people than I do black men who are sick. And I came within inches last night of losing my job because of my advocacy for this black man. He came in through the emergency room, 37 years old. He is a severe asthmatic. And I know like there's a lot of movies and songs and jokes that we make about asthma, but let me tell you something, somebody who treats it, who's a specialist in it, it ain't no joke. And this brother came in. Yeah, he tatted up. You know, he got his great joggers on, and he's sagging. You know, in his medical history, he is a daily blunt smoker. I mean, he's the stereotype. But when you are seeking life-saving intervention, who gives a damn about all of that? Well, at least that should be the notion. And we had to. I spent 9 hours arguing with a physician. I spent 9 hours begging a physician to elevate the care that we needed, the interventions that we needed to give this brother. I was in complete and utter fear that I was watching a physician purposefully allow someone to suffocate to death. When you have asthma or COPD and you have an exacerbation or you have a flare up, your lungs are not lined with, they have what we call bronchial airways. They have large and small bronchial airways. With asthma, it's your small bronchial branches that actually constrict and close up on you. They close up either through constriction or through inflammation or both. It is virtually impossible to get air in or get air out. This is not a pleasant situation to be in. This is life altering. This is probably one of the most scariest things. Have anybody, if you don't want to know how scary it is, have somebody walk up behind you and put their hand over covering your mouth and nose and see if you can hold and tell them to make you hold on for 10 minutes and see how fearful you get. Your blood pressure goes up, your heart rate goes up, you panic. Those who never suffer from anxiety, it's your body goes into a state of shock, which is a medical term. And I watched for 9 hours. I didn't watch. I begged and got progressively more and more aggressive with the physician. It got to the point where other people in my department came to the ER because they heard what I was doing down there. And I'm advocating for this Black man who needed a higher level of intervention and that this particular fucking doctor refused to do. Black men, no one cares about your struggles, so you need to be proactive and making sure that you are okay. I've given that story because I'm going to give a couple stories throughout today's stream. If you look on behind me, the burdens of Black men, most people don't realize that we carry them. Going through life as a Black man at times has to be one of the most loneliest existence in this country. The only time most of us are seen, like almost the only time any Black man is truly, truly seen is when somebody is trying to separate them from their financial resources. Our Black brothers, for the most part, understand this struggle. We are absolutely aware that most people, most entities, even those that are related to us or close to us or call each other friend, we are completely aware that no one seems to really give two shits about our challenges and what we face. The journey of a Black man can feel extremely isolating and cold. Often we are only seen when there's something to be taken from us. Mostly our hard-earned, fought resources. Even the role of fatherhood can feel like a thankless job. Our contributions are often overlooked and dismissed. I got a question for Black men. The Black men in the chat, the Black men in the back right now waiting to come up. When was the last time your woman or any woman praised you for doing the impossible or crushing an issue that needed to be solved? When was the last time that happened for any of you? When was the last time that happened for any of you? I had a conversation early this morning before I was getting off work with a group of Black women that work in my department. And I was telling them about my behavior towards my daughter's mother the first 3 to 4 years of her life. Let me tell you guys something. I make no apologies. The first 3 to 4 years of my daughter's life, I was a complete and utter monster, meaning I asserted myself and I asserted my authority. I demanded it and I enforced it. And I didn't care who didn't like it. I don't care who got mad about it. I didn't care how many times I got attacked by her, the mother, her sisters, her mother, the aunties. I didn't give a damn how much the own females in my family is talking about I was being too extra by asserting. I told them 8 years ago, my word and presence as a father is just as important or more so as the mother. And I will not allow anybody to take that from me or undermine me. And if I express to the mother something that I do not want to have happen with my daughter, let me tell you something, it better not happen. I'm not one of these dudes that sit around and get pushed around by their kid's mother. I'm about that life. I'm a Black man who was raised by a woman who knows chaos and confrontation irrational confrontation intimately. I tell people all the time, the man you see now, when I am engaged in any kind of conflict, when I'm dealing with it in a measured, calm way, that is me working at it. My first language is chaos because I was raised exclusively by a woman. So me being stoic, me being calm, me being rational, me being thoughtful, all of those things that encompasses what we would like to see out of our men when you see me practicing that, it's exactly what I'm doing. I'm practicing it. It is not my first language because that's not what I was raised and groomed in. So when it comes to my daughter and me asserting my position, I just don't demand it. I enforce it. I will go broke to make sure that my daughter and me have a relationship and that she knows that there's a dude out here who will burn a whole city to the ground just for her. Fatherhood can be a thankless job. And I wish more brothers had that in me. And I'm not for to disparage my daughter's mother. I was not in a relationship with this woman when I had my daughter. We were just doing something. I was being irresponsible and reckless just like she was. And so whatever garbage that came with that, I bought it lock, stock, and barrel. But guess what, though? When it comes to making sure that Chris Rock had this thing, he goes, my only job in the world with my daughter is to keep her off the pole. My only job in the world with my daughter is to keep her ass off her OnlyFans. And I'm with that. I don't play that shit. I insert my right and my rules and my space in her life. And not only do I demand it, but I also enforce it. I'm not going to talk to you guys on this live about how I enforce it, but damn it, I enforce it. I am a pit bull when it comes to, and I had the ladies at the job last night, oh, you so controlling, and you this, that, and the third. And I looked them chicks dead in the face. You would love to have me as the father of your children. Because you and your children, your child, my child, our child, will be the most protected group of a woman and child that this earth, that I can physically, emotionally, look, ain't nothing, anybody who deals with me understand this. My will is strong. My insistence on things is strong. And my ability to get, I gives two fucks when you get offended by the thing that I know to do that is the right thing to do, especially about that. No one understands, and we're going to get back to the father thing in just a minute. No one understands our struggle better than us. Being a black man is about pushing boundaries, consistently defying the odds, and striving to be the absolute best, even when that seems like it's not enough, even when our efforts are minimized, undervalued, and outright disregarded. We as productive, character-driven black men, we will rise anyway. And we are like pressed coal that turns into a diamond. Every day, head on, we face some of the most extraordinary obstacles. And when we conquer those obstacles, we get treated like we're just ordinary. There's nothing ordinary about a black man, especially a productive one. My father, by trade, is a diesel mechanic. Now, if he was watching right now, he would get very upset with me for just calling him a diesel mechanic. So let me correct myself, although he does work on diesels. My father, as he would correct me, If he heard this, he'd probably be on his way over here right now. He is a master mechanic. So let's get that right. He's a master mechanic. My father fashions himself as not a smart man. And this man happens to be an absolute genius. And he does not fashion himself as a smart man because he's a man whose skill set is with his hands. And I constantly tell him, I told him, I said, Pops, what makes you a genius is the fact that you can make something out of nothing, and the only tools you need is your right and left hand. I said, you have no idea how incredible, extraordinary that thing is. I sat over at my sister's house last week. My sister bought a home, and she doesn't have an entrance from her garage into the house. I sat there and watched my pops knock a hole, demolish a closet, take up a subfloor, cut a hole for another door, build steps, build a new subfloor, build a new floor, redesign the wall. He did all of this stuff with not a plan, not a nothing. Just, I don't understand it because I'm not wired that way. If I need something, I got to call somebody. What this man did was just absolutely remarkable. And we treat him, and I tell my sisters on a regular basis, my sisters, fortunately, my sisters do not know a life without him in the house. Confession, I did not meet my father until I was 30 years old. That's a little over a decade ago. My sisters, his daughters, and he has a bunch of them chicks, they don't know a life without him in the home. My sisters they range from 24 up to 41 right now. None of them know a life without him in the home. My sisters I stay into it with them because I consistently remind them and tell them how they don't understand how good they got it. And they always tell me, you don't know what it was like to grow up with him. I don't need to know what it was like to grow up with him to know that you are fortunate and that you don't understand what you got in your home, that what you had in your home. They don't know. They don't get it. They absolutely do not get it. My father, Leon, is a remarkable man, and he, in society, gets treated like he's just ordinary. And ain't nothing ordinary about Leon. This man is extraordinary. He has the capacity. I mean, I don't think much shocks me, but I at least once or twice a month, this man do something, say something that completely blows my mind. Somebody else I want to talk about real quick, and that's our good brother MTR, Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews. MTR's father, who society and our modern day women would classify as an ordinary man. MTR's father, or according to how MTR describes his father, is an extraordinary black man. MTR's father raised MTR exclusively by himself. MTR just lost his father recently. And I sent the brother a note because the way MTR feels about his father is, I don't have the words to describe how MTR feels about his father and the job that his father has done. But today, MTR released a clip talking about what he's been dealing with over the last couple weeks with the passing of his father. I'm going to play that for us right now, and I'm just going to sit back and let MTR, Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews, really give us some insight into things with his father. Hold on a second, y'all.
I've tried 5 or 6 times over the past 3 to 4 days to record this exact same video, just to give you guys an update on what's going on with me, what's going on in my life. And I've been unsuccessful. Every time that I start, I get too emotional to finish. The grief just comes out of nowhere, and I'm just unable to complete the video. I'm unable to finish, so I'll give it another shot. My family is just like, don't worry about recording any videos. Give it some time, as long as what you need. And while I agree, I am indebted to this channel, and I know that I've spoken upon my father multiple times during the length of this channel, probably too many times to count. So I think it is important to update my audience and the MT Army of kind of what is going on. But yeah, I've been grieving heavily over the past week. You know, grief is weird. For those who haven't experienced grief, and I'll keep it funky with you guys, this is really the first time, well, not the first time, maybe the second time, but definitely the most in my life that I've experienced this pain. And if you haven't ever experienced before, think of it like this. It's like you ever wake up from a dream, or rather a bad dream or a nightmare, and you know that relief that you feel once you realize that what you were going through in that nightmare is no longer real. It's not a part of your reality. It's just something that your brain concocted. Grief feels like the exact opposite of that relief, because the reality that you're currently in is real. It's not fake. Before I get into the story, you know, I think it's important, especially those that are new onto the channel, who are just getting up to speed with the content and the videos, to kind of go a little bit more in depth regarding my father and I's relationship. I was raised in a single parent home after my parents were divorced. I believe I was like 8 years old, 7 years old, or something like that. And I stayed in the house that I grew up at. Some of you guys might realize that the background is a little bit different. And the reason for that is that this is the room that I grew up with from 0 years old to 18 years old. This is where I was. It looks a little bit different. As soon as I left, my pops painted the walls, took all the posters and stuff like that down, is what he should have, and made it like to his storage room / closet. You know, so I would always just come back to visit him for like holidays, Christmas, and things such as that. But yeah, it was me and him. You know, he was the ace, I was the deuce. It was me and him against the world from 7 years old all the way up to when I left for school. And that's something, especially after a split and a divorce, is not really typical. A young boy going with his father, and his father having primary custody, and that father raising that boy into being a man. It's not a typical story, but it's my story. And I would always wear that story with great pride, because I saw who my father was and what it took for him, and the sacrifice that it took for him to create a space of consistency, to create a space of discipline, to create a space where I understood who I was, and I understood what it meant to be a man. But yeah, I'm in the room that I grew up in, and the reason why I am here is my father, 7 or so weeks ago, he asked me to come home. He said he needed my help. Now, previous to coming home, 6 months before that, I had moved. And in typical fashion, as any new stage in my life, remember I said me and my pops was peas in a pod, best friends, if you will. He was Batman and I was Robin, okay? He helped me move. okay, as what he did at every stage in life, whether it be from moving from here to go off to college, from college to go get my first job in the Philadelphia area, from there to go to my grad degree program in upstate New York, from there to then go to Ohio, which I was at for a number of years. Every step of the way, my father was always there ensuring that I was good, that I was taken care of, that I was protected, and making sure that the walls where my domicile was a degree of security. He felt like he needed to be there, and I really appreciated him for doing that. But this last move, it was a little bit different because he told me that he had pain.
I just wanted to give you guys some insight into how MTR felt about his father and the way he talks about him, and look at his face and his expressions as he's going through this process. That's actually part of a 50-minute clip on his channel. So if you guys have any time when we're done or tomorrow, whatever the case may be, go check out that full clip. He just goes into a very remarkable story. He actually talks about the process, the disease process that took his father. I decided not to play that. I'm gonna leave that for his channel, for him to do that on his channel. I just wanted to sit here and just acknowledge this brother. He is a brother. I do not know him personally. I have not had a conversation with him. I've exchanged maybe 2 or 3 emails with him over the last year or so. I mean, just on stuff, me asking for permission to use, some content and stuff like that from him. So he's done, he's responded always, every time he's responded, yeah, sure, brother, go ahead, bro, go ahead. So, but I've never had any that I fear the day that I lose mine. And this, at 35, MTR is about 40 now. There's a video up on this, no, it's actually during that video, you get to hear a call between him and his father, and his father, him talking about, the benefits of what MTR did early in his life to make him financially independent now. And TR is about a year or so away from turning 40. And he's financially independent. And here's father talking about, at 35, think about how good you feel now, but think about how much good you're going to feel even better at 45 about the decisions that you made. The things, like I mentioned, my pops, I just met him, not just met him, but I met him about 10 years ago, a little over 10 years ago. And I wish I had the knowledge and the resources that I have access to now, because life would probably be a lot different for me. I wouldn't be working this hard. I probably would have made a lot of different financial decisions. I probably would have made different relationship decisions. I would have made behavioral decisions probably a lot differently if that influence was there. So for me, it is absolutely offensive when I hear a woman sit up and say or question question what is it that we do that's so special that she couldn't do. And I'm going to play a clip from a YouTube channel called This Might Be Risky. They put you a little bit in the mind of the Lapeef Network, but this is a very interesting conversation. This is like the last 10 minutes of their stream, and they're sitting up there talking about, well, let's get to it. I'm actually going to bring the guys. So I got a couple guys in the back. If there's anybody, let me drop the link, because this one's pretty heavy. And this clip has actually derailed everything I had planned today, because this cannot go on talk. This cannot go unsaid. It cannot go not talked about. It cannot go not being addressed. I reached out to this platform. I heard back to them. I actually told the guy who runs the platform to forward my information onto the lady that actually made these comments, because I actually do not believe that the men on the channel did an appropriate level of job of talking to her. She dog walked them, in my opinion. You guys tell me, because we're going to play it a little bit, and I'm going to bring the guys up a little bit. Hold on a second. Hey there. Hey, Hezzy, can we get some light on you or no? And you got to turn your mic on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's happening? What's
I'm
happening?
on.
What's happening?
I don't think I can get it.
What's up, Hez?
What's up? What's up?
Okay.
You got it.
So y'all hear what we're about to talk about, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
So I'm gonna go ahead and start playing this stuff, and then I got myself is all blocked up. Let me see. Do I got another? I'll change the camera angle in a little bit. So let me get right to it. Okay, hold on a second.
All right.
You cannot take the place of a man. You cannot take the place of a father. And I do think that is equally as important, but I don't think they're wrong for choosing to go the route of IVF or adoption or whatever the etc. was.
They wrong.
Yeah, that's a contradiction.
Hold on, Gunny.
That was just a huge contradiction.
Hold on, Gunny. Don't make me put you in the back. I'm on the ass right now. Goddamn it. That's wrong. A brother or a goddamn step cousin ain't a dad. All right, and everybody's
now what that fella just said right there is real talk, and we'll get more into it during the conversation because this lady's gonna say some stuff. We are so comfortable. Let me see if I can bring these guys up. We are so comfortable in Black America with substituting the biological father out. All he needs is, you'll hear it time and time again on that clip. Strong male role model. Strong. All he needs a role. My uncles, my brothers. Like the brother just said, your uncles and your brothers are not the father. We have a very bad habit in our culture of just dismissing the role of the father, like any dude can just fill in and just do what the father. We're the only culture where fathers are replaceable and expendable with anybody. Any male can come in and be a father to my child, and that's not true. That ain't nowhere near true. And I don't care about the stepdaddy, stepson relationship they get. There's something different. And I'm telling you from a guy who had, strong male figures along the way. It's not the same. And we got to stop this nonsense. And it's going to take our women. When you hear other women talk about, I just need to find a strong male role model influence for my son, you need to find him. No, what you need to have done, chick, was selected a more appropriate male to be his father. Did I say something wrong there, guys?
No. Can I speak?
Go ahead.
You know, we bring that up, and it's like I go through that with like my daughter and her stepfather, and they always want me to be involved with my daughter, but at the same time, the stepdaddy always has a problem with me when I'm around because he has insecurity issues and jealousy issues when it comes to us Black fathers trying to see our children. And society as a whole makes it hard. Like when I was growing up, I always wanted to be with my father, even though he wasn't at home all the time. My mother would take me to all my games and stuff like that, but I didn't want her to take me to my games. I wanted my father there. He was the guy that I looked up to. He the one that taught me how to play all the sports, but he was never there because he was always ripping and running. And when he got to a point where he started changing and coming to God and everything like that, it was hard for my mother to accept that because she was so codependent on the old him. When he changed to the new him, she was like, well, I don't like the new him. It's time to go. And then during them times, I had the hardest times that's trying to find that father figure in my life. And, when he was going into church, and now our relationship is like, I can call him and have a conversation. I can talk to him. There's some intimate things that you can share with your father. You can talk about that, like, that's my dad, and he's not going to judge you. He's not going to go back and tell nobody, well, this is what he said. He's not going to do all that pillow talk because he is your father, and he teaches you how to be a man. you're going to make mistakes throughout life, and you can always go and talk to your father about them mistakes. And with being in that stepdad, it's not the same. Because if the kid want to take that information, they might be like, well, he trying to tell me what to do, or he don't know what he's talking about.
Let me interrupt you for a second, Hezekiah. There's certain terminology we need to get out of our goddamn lexicon. Father figure is one of them. We keep saying father figure. Like what I just said, yeah. Like father is replaceable. Fuck a father figure. Our women need to start selecting appropriate men to be their fathers. You don't need a fucking father figure. Let me tell you something. My daughter, and I'm very careful as to how I talk about my daughter's mother, because no matter how bad that mistake was in my selection process or undisciplined time during that time, the way I am wired, this woman tried everything in the book to keep me out of my daughter's life. But I'm just that dude. I ain't going nowhere. I ain't giving up on nothing. Ain't no other dude that's in her realm can tell me nothing about. I got this philosophy, and a lot of ladies that's listening might not even like it. There is nowhere on this planet that I can't go that my daughter is at. I don't care where she at. And I don't care nothing about who don't like what, who don't care about what, who got a problem with what. I don't care. And we need more brothers out here who are not only going to assert and demand their birth, I don't know to say birthright is the right word, but demand their position. But like I said earlier in the stream, but also enforce it. You got to be willing to enforce it. And too many of our guys give up on the enforcement. They give up because it's hard. And I have to tell Generation X, millennials, and Zennial men, I have to tell us something. We are some of the weakest motherfuckers out here. We the first ones start whining about it's hard. You goddamn right it's hard. The black culture is hard. Our black women are out of alignment. It is, of course it's hard. When you got 70% of our women or more out of alignment, it is a fucking war out here. And black men have conceded their role to these women. Ain't a woman walk around on this planet that I'm afraid of. That I'm afraid to tell her what I think, what I want, and what she need to do. And too many, I've said it time and time again, I'm going to say it again today. Too many men are afraid of our black women because they're afraid that they ain't not going to get no coochie if they say what they got to say. Fuck out of here. Where are our black women going? Where are our black women going? They ain't going no goddamn where. They can't go no goddamn where. Don't nobody want they out of control ugly asses. We do. And we let them sit there. We sit up there and let them punk us. Well, if you don't do it, we don't do it. Pookie down the street. Well, let Pookie. Well, go have fun with Pookie and see how the fuck that work out for you. You'll be back. I'm sorry about the tangent. Hold on a second.
Hey, I'm not done. God damn it. Long ass neck. Yo, and then the thing. I'm trying to, I don't know how Chaotic stay in character. That nigga's amazing. Yo, dang, what the fuck was I about to say? Oh, and then all that village shit. If you have kids, you know it don't come to fruition like people say. Niggas don't show up. Don't nobody come and babysit. Fuck out of here, man. Y'all niggas be acting like you could be knocking.
Ain't even grandparent no more.
You knocking down your door to watch kids? Fuck out of here.
Can't get a sitter to save my life.
Like
y'all got more than one.
Yeah.
I have a question. Because
Go ahead, Alex. Be careful. Be careful. I'm on fire.
Because you have a
I'm for the warn y'all. Here it come. Here it come.
Son, and you all went out to go ahead to become parents. Do you ever worry about are we raising him are we raising him to be a man? Like, is he missing something? Because we're women. He doesn't have, I don't know your personal business, but because he doesn't have
Who are you talking to, Alice? Sorry.
to Q.
Oh. Go ahead.
No, so my whole theory when it came to my son was making sure that he had a positive male figure.
Did you hear it? Hey guys, you guys, your guys, your mics are live. You're not to put a screen, but your mics are live. Did you hear that?
Lord.
What did she say?
Father figure.
Jesus Christ.
She said her goal was to make sure her son had a positive male figure. Notice she didn't say my goal is to have my son have his fucking father. So her goal was to make sure that another man was responsible for the development of her damn son.
First of all, man, hold on. Does she not realize that this if it's a boy, whether boy or girl, honestly speaking, we child period. This child is not whole without mom and father, without mother and father.
Hold that thought. She just getting started. Hold that thought.
For all the things that come with that extra masculine energy. It didn't really have anything to do with somebody teaching him how to be a man. Like, he learned how to pee at the house, and between that and daycare.
Did you hear that shit? What? She said, well, we don't need all that other masculine shit because he learned how to pee at the house.
Wow.
Okay. I'm assuming this gets worse.
So I guess that's all it takes to be a man, huh? Yeah. Oh, yeah. My son's a man now. I taught him how to raise the fucking toilet seat up.
Oh God. Takes more than that to be a man. It takes more than that to raise one.
What's more despicable to me is these. Let me tell you something. This podcast, this might be risky podcast. This podcast, the brother that runs it, he's an excellent brother. The podcast is an excellent podcast. It's just these guys. Well, the guy with the white hat on, he called me whack one day, but whatever. But the guys, these are good people. I'm just having a disagreement with her statements, and I have an even bigger problem with how weak I found these guys' responses to her was. Hold on a second.
Because they were teaching that, and there's boys, and there's certain things that he would just learn from his male peers anyway. So even his mannerisms, he wasn't in a feminine way. You know what I mean? But there was issue with that. And so I will be honest about this. The person that was chosen to be his godfather actually did less with him and did.
The person chosen to be his godfather.
She fucking chose him.
So we're 30 seconds into her. We're 30 seconds into her talking. So I taught him how to pee, so he a man. A positive male role model. We selected, and then now we selected some man to be no conversation about what the actual father, because she believes the actual father is irrelevant to the development of her son. Get the fuck out of here. Hold on a second, guys. We got to take care of some business right now.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
All right, we got thank you. I've actually been waiting for at least a super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Kuna with the $5 super chat. says the red pill knowledge wasn't taught to me by the grown men I grew up with our big brothers around me. I fell into it after hurt. You need to understand something. You're absolutely correct. You have to understand something. Most of our men that were born like my father was born in the 60s. So the men born in the 60s through the early 70s that we were kids too when we were growing up, these men got indoctrinated by feminism just like the women did. And then you have people like Babyface come along with this simp R&B music. I'll pay your rent and I'll swim the oceans and build you a gold mine. So these men's philosophy were very, very different. Very, very different than their fathers. So obviously a lot of us did not come into what they call red pill knowledge, which we got to be careful about because people, get a little bit extreme with the red pill stuff. But good God. Oh, let me mention something real quick about the super chats. Listen, and this goes out to all my to anyone that's going to watch me later, the streamers, live streamers. There are people that I watch, ever since I've been, we at the Real Bravado Network decided to jump on and do live streaming and stuff like this. The one thing that we said we would never do is take for granted anybody that decides to donate any money to support the platform. And I watch stream after stream after stream after stream of people, larger platforms. And I just wish I could slap the shit out of them sometimes. Larger platforms, they get $20, $30, $40, $100 super chats, not one or two or three like I might get, but they getting 20, 30, 40, 50 people doing this, and they don't even acknowledge them, or they wait 30 minutes or 40 minutes or an hour to try to acknowledge them. And then what is said on the screen don't even make any sense anymore. Please, any live streamer, if somebody's going to take the time, finish your thought, don't go on to the next subject, and acknowledge. Everybody, to a degree, wants to be acknowledge me. Yeah, we want that. So acknowledge the people that are supporting your platform. Acknowledge the people who are going in their pockets and saying, here, what you're saying, what you're doing in this moment is worth something. Do that. I appreciate $5. Let me tell you something. I've had days, weeks, and months where I wished all I had was $5. Mm-hmm. I've had these, man, get out of here. Anybody who donates to me, you need to understand, this is big time. Almost every time I do a live stream, or I'm looking at my views, or I'm looking at my comments, or the lack thereof of them, anytime that happens, there are days I get very discouraged, but what I'm doing has no effect. Or especially when you try to reach out and you want to collaborate with somebody and nobody, they ignore you and all this stuff. Sometimes it's a very lonely grind trying to be out here on this YouTube because you don't know what you're doing, if it's even effective. And let's keep it a buck. Everybody out here that's doing it would like to hope one day they can earn a living doing this. So when somebody gives a $5, a $1 super chat, or a cash app, or anything like that, just say thank you. Because these people, we don't know each other personally, but there's something that I said that resonated them enough to say, let me get this man, we're gonna go 5 on it like the loonies with this man. And that's all right. This is to me, this $5 ain't no different than somebody giving me $100 on a super chat, which I've gotten a couple of those. It has the same impact, and I'm grateful. And the reason why I'm so grateful is because I work hard. I work hard, long hours. I work from 8:30 in the morning to 4 in the afternoon. And then I take a quick nap, get my ass up, put on a uniform, and go to work from 6:30 at night to 7 in the morning. And I do this damn near on average, it's 5 to 6 days a week. I'm running like that. So $5, you know, everything that comes through the platform gets reinvested back into the platform, either by, you know, kicking down other people or my guests, or buying another piece of equipment when they break down. None of the money that has come to me has come to me personally. It's all gone back into that. And I'm sorry about spending so much time on this, but I watched a stream. I'm going to tell you what it was, and this sucker went about an hour and a half before he acknowledged the 33 super chats he had.
Wow.
You can go an hour. You can go 15 minutes. You got $500-$600 worth of super chat sitting there, and you can just keep rocking and rolling and spitting whatever like they did nothing.
Some people just unappreciative, you know. They don't know no better.
I don't mean to stop the cook that we was doing about this lady, but when it comes to dollars and cents, you cannot be that. This is, you know, I don't know what everybody's religious beliefs is, but God will stop your damn blessings for you being ungrateful.
Mm-hmm. Let's believe it.
Yep. I am very appreciative. I often do, I said one time that I was gonna sit down and write out like a formal, like, you know, I need to write down like how I really feel when I get super chats. I haven't done that yet. And I said no, because that'll come across inauthentic. But man, come on, man. So those of us who are out here live streaming, these folk out here donating, giving their hard on money. When I'm in somebody's live stream and I give. I don't even mean to be. I'm not going to be humble about that shit. I give. I have a super chat budget that I built into my budget for people that I like to support. I build that into. I take that money out of the hours and hours and hours I put in. If I work overtime or I do an extra shift or I get a bonus this week, that money gets shared with other content creators.
But also that goes to say what you put in is exactly what you're gonna get out, like anything else.
Anyways, all right, let's get back to it. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you, and I'm sorry to take up like 5 minutes rocking on these super chats. It irks my nerve when I see these content creators doing, because they don't understand how hard it is for us out here who really trying to do something to get like 1 or 2 super chats. You know, it's hard out here to get that. Yeah. And these suckers are getting it like it's like Tic Tacs. You know what I mean? Like they big booty hoes in the strip club and the hundreds and 20s are paying. Okay, let's get back to the cook.
More feminine things in his presence. He learned how to pee at the house, and between that and daycare, because they were teaching that, and there's boys, and there's certain things that he would just learn from his male peers anyway. So even his mannerisms, he wasn't in a feminine way. You know what I mean? But there was issue with that. And so I will be honest about this. The person that was chosen to be his godfather actually did less with him and did more feminine things in his presence.
Y'all hear that shit? I gotta stop cussing. Did y'all hear that?
What the actual hell?
So she didn't choose. So the father, we don't know where he at, but the man you did chose to align with your son, you calling him feminine. So you don't even know how to pick an appropriate father figure or male role model. You picked up I might get bounced off of YouTube for this. You picked a fruit booty. That's what you did.
Lord have mercy, my head spinning right now.
You picked the fruit booty.
Yeah, basically.
Hold on, Hezekiah.
Then he and the guy was married to a woman. So if this was a hetero couple, but he spent a lot of time like sitting in front of the TV and shit. And it was actually me who was taking my son to the baseball field and letting him run bases and throwing football and teaching him how to play basketball and teaching him how to ride a bike. So all those stereotypical things that people think that when
That's
you
a thug.
huh?
That's because you a thug.
No, that's because I give a fuck. But yeah, stereotypical.
Did you hear that, dude?
Why you call her that?
He co-signed. Oh, you a thug. You a thug. There are certain things when a man hears bullshit coming out of a woman's mouth. I don't care if she a thug or not. When you hear that kind of bullshit and she's insulting the very thing that makes you you, and you gonna sit up there and try to just minimize it. Oh, he a thug. What? Fuck up out of here, man. That's the start of the fuckery with the guys.
Jesus.
Things that people think that males offer to boys. Sometimes it's a crapshoot. You know what I mean? I had the best intentions, but the nigga was mad feminine. Like you cooking in front of him and shit. He could get that at home. How could you clean up the house all day?
Here we go.
Like that.
And then that cook again.
So stereotypical meaning learning how to ride a bike and learning how to pee. Like stereotypical means that you don't believe that those are the things that men like. What do you mean by stereotypical?
You so concerned with asking questions. Oh shit!
I'm trying to understand where you're coming from. I really don't want to.
Sorry.
I don't want to verbally attack you. You know what I'm saying? But I want to get an understanding of where you're coming from. But some of the things that you're saying, you said teaching him how to pee, and then you said riding a bike, and then you said stereotypical. But those things are not associated with teaching a young boy how to be a man.
So at this point, I'm like, good. Okay, here we go. All right, let's keep listening.
Right, but
that has nothing to do with being a man.
So those are things that I've heard women use as examples of when they want their sons to know how to be a man. So I'm just going off of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's certainly more to it, man.
Right.
But women can't raise no men. I'm just gonna tell y'all that straight up. He ain't gonna let him just cry the whole time. Nah, fuck that.
So what you just said, if that's your example, then that doesn't make any sense as to why women can't raise men.
No, that was just I did tell them that, but that's just little thing.
What is it that?
Hold on a second. I think I jumped something by accident. Hold on a second. Let me do this.
I don't want to verbally attack you. You know what I'm saying? But I want to get an understanding of where you're coming from. But some of the things that you're saying, you said teaching him how to pee, and then you said riding a bike, and then you said stereotypical. But those things are not associated with teaching a young boy how to be a man.
Right, but
that has nothing to do with being a man.
So those are things that I've heard women use as examples of when they want their.
I ain't trying. Look, I'm glad we got it laid up here. I ain't trying to talk no shit. I ain't trying to start no wars. But I'm just saying that's your fucking problem right there. Why are you going to a woman about what to do, how to teach your son to matriculate into a man in the first place? What the fuck a woman know about that? Why are you going to a woman with that shit? Am I misunderstanding something, Frederick? Flo, am I misunderstanding something?
Not at all. You know,
No, not at all.
You know, sometimes we just be having bird brains to represent us, and she clearly was one of them because I can't even follow her. She not making no sense to me, you know, and you know, but I want to say this. All women don't fall victim to what she's saying. She's just one individual comparing to the whole bunch. I don't like to be bunched up as if we all see things that way because all of us don't.
No,
you know,
absolutely.
So she's just a bad representation of us women in general. But men also got their bad representation. So this is like on a whole to me. You know,
see, for the guys, Flo, that are listening, the guys, I'm telling you right now, this lady represents a large section of how our women think about the role of fathers and men in these kids' lives. Hold on a second. Let's get back to it.
Say.
Oh yeah, you see, Miss Mona D liked your bird brain comment.
Oh, oh wow.
Hold on, Gunny. Don't make me put you in the back. I'm on the ass. I'm on the ass right now. God damn it. That's
Hold on, this thing is like
how to bike and learning how to pee. Like stereotypical means that you don't believe that those are the things that men. Like, what do you mean by stereotypical?
So concerned with asking questions, you get caught up in your own shit.
I'm trying to understand where you're coming from. I really don't want to.
Sorry.
I don't want to verbally attack you. You know what I'm saying? But I want to get an understanding of where you're coming from. But some of the things that you're saying, you said teaching him how to pee, and then you said riding a bike, and then you said stereotypical. But those things are not associated with teaching a young boy how to be a man.
Right, but those
that has nothing to do with being a man.
So those are things that I've heard women use as examples of when they want their sons to know how to be a man. So I'm just going off of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
there's certainly more to it, man.
Right.
But women can't raise no men. I'm just gonna tell y'all that straight up. Don't let him just cry the whole time. Nah, fuck that.
So what you just said, if that's your example, then that doesn't make any sense as to why women can't raise men.
No, that was just I did tell them that, but that's just a little thing.
What is it that
This nigga's toxic as fuck.
Say it again, Chief. Please say it again.
A father would offer.
Look at Asia. Look at Asia. You so well, go ahead, Chief. Say it again, Chief. He's so toxic because he said his son can't cry. Man,
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
It's true. That's how babies
the
come
game was
in.
toxic as fuck.
What is it that a father would offer that would matter in making a boy a man?
my fucking God. I completely. Oh my God.
See, and
what in the holy? What in the hold on a second, Flo. What in the holy hell did I just hear?
What the hell is she thinking?
Did that woman just say?
What question?
She said, "What does it that a man would offer that would make it? That would make a boy? What in
Holy
the
fuckery, Batman."
I guarantee you, we real women, we don't see it that way at all. That's crazy.
No, take a breath and listen what that woman just said. Hold on a second. I'm gonna take a breath. But my girl Mona D got something for her. Okay, Mona, what you got to say about her?
She needs psychiatric help. Oh my God.
Yeah, she needs psychiatric help.
Yeah, she ain't there.
Oh my God. Did y'all hear that damn question?
It makes it almost impossible for me to defend anything. I'm trying to figure out a way that I can at least make some sense out of what, and I can't come up with nothing because, it don't. She just represent us so horribly. It's just that's far from.
Let's see what else she. Let's okay. Maybe I'm being too harsh. Maybe I'm being too harsh. Let me just go ahead and go into this.
I hear guys say that a lot. Like, boys need their fathers to become men because a woman can't teach a boy how to become a man. So what is it that men offer that is the big difference?
I think I think without even having to identify certain whatever the specific thing is, I just think being able to emulate what represents a man for the children, they model after what they see. So when they see you moving and carrying yourself as a man, it's a powerful thing. Even if it's just the way you love their mother, they get to see that and they get to emulate that.
Okay, so but when you say modeling a man and
hold on. She about to cook them because they they are so inartful in explaining this shit to her. She's about to cook them.
Oh God!
You see, he talking about it. You know, it's kind of like the way he love his mother. What the fuck? This shit here.
But I understand where he was coming from.
I don't give a fuck where he was coming from.
But TJ, look, let's back it up. As far as him trying to put some sense into her, he's saying even how a man's supposed to treat a woman comes from a man's teaching, not from a woman. So if a man gonna treat a woman any type of way, it has to be taught by a man. Is what he's saying. You know, he ain't saying like, you know, that's what I get from it.
That is one of the tenets of manhood. Let me tell you something. And treating a woman, let me tell you something. You know what? Let's just get to it. Let me just get to it.
And how you love their mother. Like, what is it that makes that a man? Is it void, like male tendencies, or is it a man?
I think it's all of the above. It's all encompassing. I think it's all encompassing. Encompassing for sure.
Amen, though.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, I don't get that part, but
amen. And then,
yeah, how you lead in the home, how you handle business, how you provide, how you protect, you know, all those things. The male children, they look at the example of how you're supposed to be as a male, and then they emulate that, and they mimic that when they become adults. The same way the women is able to in the home, how to be feminine, how to do this, that, and the third, or whatever. And, you know, just try to keep it elementary.
Those are men that
say in my situation, you're raised in a house where your mom is like one of your moms is like super tomboy, so she does a lot of things that most men do, and that's your example. Like, I'm making you get out there and fucking.
She can do the job because she's super tomboy. So basically, she lives in a world where 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, she's dressing up like a man and playing a man. So it's Halloween for her ass around the clock. She's putting on the costume of a man and then play acting like she's in a theater, or play acting because she can do what they call it, cosplay. You can cosplay a man. So because I can, get your ass out the house and cut some grass. Get your ass out the house and cut some grass. That makes you equivalent to a.
Nope. Hell no.
We got to take care of some business, y'all. Oh my God.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Almond Eyes 78 with a $5 super chat. I got some gas money now. Woo! So I'm excited. Thank you, Almond Eyes. Thank you. And this is her first, I think it's her first time super chatting me. I am look. I'm so happy. Look, I'm calling that the bionic super chat. Look, it's the big leg drop super chat.
She's going up. Hulk Hogan, he drops the big leg on him.
Boom, drop the big leg. There you go. $5. A man can explain being a man. It's not hard to do so. I can explain being a woman, but she can't. Okay. Oh, you know what she being like? Let me tell you what she being like. When she talking about what she call herself? Super tomboy. Super tomboy. She's you know what she just said she is? She says she's Milli Vanilli.
Blame it on the rain.
She Milli Vanilli. She fake as Milli Vanilli.
Oh my God, TJ, you having too much fun with this.
Fun? I ain't having no damn fun.
Oh shit.
This shit is crazy to me.
Yeah, it is. I'm a woman and it's crazy to me, you know. But you know, you could half of the time they be so confused in their own skin, they don't know what they talking about. You know, she just talking.
Oh my God, y'all! Let me get back to this. Lord have mercy.
Billy, God damn it.
Pick up the leads, and I'm teaching you how to use the weed whacker and the fucking lawnmower. Like, we're not sitting around. So is that like man shit?
It carries an essence of it, but you're still not a man for him to look after. You know what I'm saying? But you make a good point when Gunny made light of it. But to use something as simple as peeing.
Huh?
They finna get all wrapped up on the boy pissing.
Oh,
and
Lord.
this the brother that called me whack. He called me whack on the stream. And you talking about
what grounds?
We're gonna take something as simple as peeing.
What made you whack to him, TJ?
I will get to that on another stream because I said something he didn't like.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess, Frederick, the only thing we can do for a young boy is teach him how to pee. We teach him how to pee, then he's a man. So I guess that's all the fuck we got to do, huh? Is teach him how to pee. Hey, Mona D, you got some sons, Mona D? All your husband got to do is teach him how to pee.
And to really, you don't even need to teach anybody how to pee. That comes naturally.
Motherfucker. Hold on.
A child, a boy, a child, a boy child would eventually go to the bathroom and sit down.
Exactly.
No,
because he's mimicking what he sees. He doesn't know any better. If you don't teach him, his first time going to the bathroom, he's going to sit down. I promise you.
But you're saying mimicking what he sees, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a strong thing. But what about what he's being taught?
True. I mean, again, I was going to ask Bub this question, but I don't agree with what Ham said in terms of a woman not being able to raise a man. Bub, that's just my theory because of who I am.
So what he's being taught, that's where the man comes in, because my son, like he said, like my son, when I was raising him, he was sitting on the toilet to go pee. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't until my husband where he was standing up, and that's because I don't have a dick to pull out.
But you don't need that
sometimes.
But you don't need that.
You don't.
You don't need that to teach him to pee standing up.
Yeah. How else is he gonna learn if I don't?
If I'm telling you as a mother who didn't have a male in the house to teach him that he learned that from nobody having a penis to tell him that, it's possible.
Question on that: How many times should he shake?
That's something again. If he no.
Guys, do you see how damn ridiculous this conversation is getting?
Yeah, it's stupid as hell.
Do you see how ridiculous this is getting? Do you see why I'm starting to see why I got frustrated with the men on the damn panel? I'm more frustrated with them than I am with her.
Well, shit, she spit roasted their ass.
What'd you say?
She spit roasted their ass.
They have, how as a man, you can't combat or articulate on some level on why you are ineffective. Let me tell you something. The mere fact that she asked the question makes her ineffective to raise a son. This is absolutely insane.
Insane would be the word I would use. I'd use something slightly stronger than that.
This is kind of a funny topic for me, because I raise my two sons, solely on my own. So, and ain't nothing feminine about them. So, can it be done? Yeah.
No.
But can it be done?
No.
Can it be done? If it has to be done, it gets done. But I think I would prefer a man to do what they are supposed to do, and that's raise their son. But if you're put in the predicament where you have to do it, it'll get done. But it's prefer that a man do it.
Okay, Flo, listen to this. You can raise a boy with character. You can raise a boy to learn right from wrong. The essence of manhood is something that really cannot be adequately quantified all the time in words. there are certain behaviors, mannerisms, decision making processes that a guy, and I'm speaking not from somebody who's just talking about a flow. I was raised exclusively by a woman. There are things about me, Flo, even at my ripe old age of 45, there are things about me that would not be in place if there was if my father was in the room. Let me explain something, and I'm gonna keep it simple. Listen, my first reaction to everything, Flo, is emotional. Everything that when something comes to me, my internal reaction is, my first thought is to burn the bitch down. That's a female trait. My first line of defense of everything, Flo, is to argue and shout you down. That is a female trait. How I engage, my first thoughts on how to engage in conflict is to engage. Now, when you're talking about male behavior and how men actually provide, the one thing that men go out of their way to avoid, and a lot of people find this, they think it should be the women that avoid conflict. Women do not avoid conflict. They run headfirst into it. Men avoid conflict because we understand the outcome can be catastrophic. When women engage in conflict, you do not have an expectation of a catastrophic outcome. There is a large difference, and I'm telling you how I think about stuff, how I process stuff, Flo, everything that I do now, I cannot react immediately because that immediate reaction will be wrong.
I agree with you. I don't disagree at all. I strongly think that a man should raise his son. He should have some input in how his son is being raised. I agree totally.
Yep. Hold on.
But when put in a position where you have to raise them by yourself, you just got to do.
All you can do is create character with character and no right from wrong. Everything else you can't do.
Yep.
That's unfortunate. Everything else you can't do. Hold on a second.
For some reason, as men, they what I learned, I think when we are born, we are embedded with the knowledge of knowing exactly what to do in that body. You know, it comes just naturally to me. I don't think it's something that really has to be taught like that. It comes naturally. You know, being a human just comes with as you mature, as you grow. So I don't know what is the big deal.
But you have to understand something, Flo, in our time, in our era, Black men and Black women are out of their natural order. We are not in our order. We are not in our order. Having a woman be aggressive is not her natural order. Having a woman thinking that she can, fuck a man up is not natural order.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? That's not natural order. Having a man afraid to tell a woman to shut the fuck up. The fact that he's afraid to tell her you ain't got to cuss at her, but afraid to tell her to shut up, sit down, I'll handle it. The fact that a man is afraid to do that is out of his natural order.
But that's because, from what I'm seeing, the roles is changing. A lot of people are in these roles that they shouldn't be in,
they're out of order.
Yeah, everything is out of whack. You know what I mean? This is
let's get back to yep. Freddie, we'll get there. Let's get back to this. This chick, man. Hold on.
Let me land. That's something, again, if he's using the bathroom in school, he's around males, he's not going to the women's bathroom. Those are things that he picks up along the way. That's some of that influence, again, that he picks up from his peers. Mm-hmm. Just like how we talk. If you notice, kids can come out of a house where the two parents have a Southern accent, but completely articulate themselves in a way and over enunciate because you learn how to speak from your peers. So you're not getting everything from home.
Yeah.
Right. And
Gary,
like your son didn't
let me
learn
read
how to.
this super chat real quick, Mary. You can jump in. Mr. Gary Grant with the $2 super chat. Fathers teach structure and responsibility. I think Bub was mentioning that. He said discipline.
Right, but you could get that from a mom too.
Kind of, but not really.
Nobody's really saying anything.
Oh, it's Mary's turn.
Let me say this. Oh,
no, it's Mary's turn.
Now go ahead. That was just my thing. She had mentioned that he learned how to use the bathroom at school and at home, so he was seeing somebody else do it. My son didn't.
It was just a huge.
All right, y'all. Listen, I got to bail on this one a little bit because I can't keep going on that. This is ridiculous. This notion, especially in the month of June and on the Father's Month, this notion that black fathers are just replaceable, like it's almost like they're what you call a Keurig machine and the little coffee pots, and they're just disposable and replaceable, like their underwear. You can just insert any male into the kid's life and he's going to be just fine. This notion that we have adopted in Black culture is another layer of fuckery. And this woman up there questioning these men about, I can do what you can do. This is what she's doing. She's trying to find out a set of tasks that she can complete. If I can complete this task, do this, do that, then I can do what a man can do. She thinks everything can be boiled down into just simple tasks. And we get these simple tasks together, then I can do what you want to do. The CDC, and I know we always have the arguments about these numbers. The CDC, Oprah fucking Winfrey had to come out 2 weeks ago. Oprah Winfrey had to come out and publicly apologize for her role in trashing Black men for over 30 years about a negative connotation about Black men. That CDC, and she cited that CDC report that stated that that report said a lot. It said that women of all races prefer Black men over any other man. That same report said Black fathers are more involved and pay child support at a higher rate than any other man. It also said that Black men make the best husbands. And it also said, that same report also said, I just lost my thought. So let me see. It was
that's husbands.
Yep. The husbands, the children. Oh, it also said, man, I hate when I lose my thought when I go off on the tangent. So get back to me. But they go out of their way to dismiss our men as if these lies are true. They're not. Oh, the last part of the report, one of the final parts of the report stated that Black men who raise children by themselves, like mothers do, men who raise children have the same success as a two-parent household. So you know they talk about the best outcome for a kid is a two-parent household, and the kids are more likely to be productive adults coming out of a two-parent household. That same report says that a single man have the same chances of producing as a two-parent household, but they don't say that about our women.
So Oprah had to come out
and apologize
for throwing us under the bus for how many years? But dominantly, who was her audience?
It was Black women.
Black women.
Black women and white women. That's who she led the charge. She led that you don't need no man charge. Oprah led that charge. She would get on TV every goddamn day talking about what kind of man she did not need. And girl, you don't need to do this. Girl, get your degree. You can be strong and independent. And when those cameras went off, she took her ass home to her man. To her fucking man. And we sat up there and bought that shit lock, stock, and barrel. Guys, I couldn't do nothing what I needed to do today, so we need to get up out of here. I'm gonna pick this up on the 26th when we bring that young man. Flo, I don't think he was at the beginning. On the 26th, we're gonna celebrate an 8th grade boy that every man should be proud of. And that's going to be our final stream on Black Men Ambition. This black boy, my God. My God, this black boy he's a remarkable young man, and we're going to wrap up that day. Guys, This has been awesome. 2 hours in. Let me look at the chat real quick. Hey, ladies and gentlemen that was in the chat, thank you for the super chats. We're going to stick around for a second and just chop it up. But my goodness. But like I said at the beginning of the stream, black men, don't nobody give a damn about your struggle.
They have ruined our image so bad.
Hold on a second. I'm winding up. We'll talk about it on the wrap up.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So black men, no one cares about the struggle. And I'm just reminding you, going through life, as a black man, it can be one of the loneliest existence in this country. Black women, you have no idea that you got the best man. That you got the best man walking this planet. And you talk about them, you talk about us like we just some ordinary old motherfucker. I watched Joe Madison or listened to Joe Madison on Sirius XM, and when he is engaging in a debate with a caller or anything else like that, and they're having their back and forth, at the end of the conversation or at the end of the phone call, Joe Madison always says one thing to the partner about the issue, to the caller about the issue, and he says this. He says, now that we didn't talked about it, now that you told me your point, he always says this: what are you going to do about it?
At the end of the day.
Hold on, Flo. Black men. What are we going to do about it?
I'm a king cause I do what I want and what I need. I don't need you to nobody, I'm busy doing my thing. Mess with me and you could get forgotten, just let it sing. I don't play, I just win every day, I get it in. I'm a king cause I do what I want and what I need. I don't need you to nobody, I'm busy doing my thing. Mess with me and you could get forgotten, just let it sing. I don't play, I just win every day, I get it in. I'm a king and I will never knew. Plotting for my fall, you getting hanged for treason. I don't aim to please, do anything I feel. Haters gonna talk, don't listen to the shit. They tryna be like me, they know they can, yo. Can't even get lost, I'm on a pedestal, sitting on my throne. My neck be decked in gold, I don't do no hoes, I got a queen though. I'm a king cause I do what I want and what I need. I don't need you to nobody, I'm busy doing my thing. Mess with me and you could get forgotten, just let it sing. I don't play, I just win every day, I get it in. I'm a king cause I do what I want and what I need. I don't need you to nobody, I'm busy doing my thing. Mess with me and you could get forgotten, just let it sing. I don't play, I just win every day, I get it in. I'm a king, I told you guys before, ready for the war, to get me way much more. Gather all the spoils, add them to my kingdom. Shout out to my fans for pledging your allegiance. You get a reward, the best flow you've ever heard. I done been mixing with birds. I'm a lion on the surge, always pushing to the edge, facing arrows, never scared. For my greatness, I'm a servant, only under myself. I'm a king cause I do what I want and what I need. I don't need to nobody, I'm busy doing my thing. Mess with me and you could get forgotten, just let it sing. I don't play, I just win every day, I get it in. I'm a king cause I do what I want and what I need. I don't need to nobody, I'm busy doing my thing. Mess with me and you could get forgotten, just let it sing. I don't play, I just win every day, I get it in.
Yeah, Kunel right here at the end of the stream, y'all, before we do the wrap up, came in and was like, you know what? I need y'all to do something for me. I was like, okay, what do you need me to do? And then he dropped this super chat, and then I guess they want us to do what?
Acknowledge me.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Hey, Flo, can you go ahead and read that for me?
Oh, my eyes. Oh, my goodness.
Okay.
Such a woman only tells about child care. No mention to the meaning. Okay, don't mention to the meaning of the family, last name, vision, and more. This man, my eyes, TJ. So bear
I know.
with me.
Go ahead.
This man teaches.
The man teaches.
The man teaches fate when dealing with tough life problems. What was genetic issues of behavior and sickness are solved by
dads.
By dads, my bad.
My dads, yep.
My eyes, I don't got my glasses.
That's all right. We family here. So how did it go, guys? Where Hezekiah go? Yep. How did you guys think it went?
I think it went good. I came in a little late. I had some issues, but yeah, I came in with the young lady speaking, and yeah. But you know, she has her little valid points of certain things. I can see why she says what she says. But when you are telling me that a young man learns from school or whatever, that's not my way or his dad's way. That's him picking up on other people's way. So you're telling me that you'll allow your child to pick up other people's way of doing things instead of allowing him to learn the value of where he came from. You know, they don't make sense. I don't think they think. You know, this is about family value. This isn't about learning from others. This is about keeping what you know. You know, Frederick, would you want some other man teaching your kids your way of doing things?
Frederick.
It looked like he.
Yeah, Frederick.
Yeah. Oh. So I would say this, man. It's one thing to say, yo. It's one thing to say that a woman can raise a man. One thing to say that, but my question at the end of the day is this: that young man is going to want to know where his other half is. That young man is going to want to be whole. He's going to want to know where his father is, who his father is. This lady right here, man. I mean, and then the dudes, I mean, whatever points they were trying, and she's literally spit roasted them cats, man. I mean, come on. She asked a legit.
Yeah.
That's a legitimate question, which they gave no legitimate. Maybe one or two of them gave a legitimate answer, but no.
Well, yeah, and your mic's breaking up real bad, Frederick. But yeah, she asked. Look, the reason why I think the question is legit is because of the volume of single mothers in the Black community raising children, and a lot of our women have come to the conclusion that they can raise. See, they think that they think manhood is just how the guy physically develops, but they're not talking about his behavior, how he grows, how he handles, how he processes, where he learns to lead, how he learns to problem solve. All of those things.
Everybody gone?
What you say?
Wow.
What you say, Flo?
Well, it seems like everybody froze up.
Did everybody freeze, or am I just live myself?
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay. So there's a lot of things that she didn't, that they could have pushed back on, or they could have educated her about, but instead she just carved them up because they could not. And I can give some grace and mercy because there are a lot of things about manhood that is hard to articulate, that you actually have to just teach, you know what I mean, and process and stuff like that. But they got fixated on peeing. A toilet stool and a weed whacker. That's what they got fixated on. I'm like, damn, really? Is that what y'all doing now?
Crazy.
Manhood is more than peeing and a weed whacker. And she talking about, she killed me when she was like, I'm super tomboy. That shit killed me.
That's that confusing shit you talking about.
I'm super tomboy. I'm super tomboy, so I can do what a man do because I'm super tomboy.
And that's the wrong image to display on a young man. That's the wrong image to give to a young man.
Yeah.
Super tomboy today. Lord.
I was dead on that one. I'm super tomboy. Yep, I was. If she was on my stream, this is what I would have told her.
Sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
That's what I would have told her. No, I mentioned time and time again that I like that platform, that stream. They have really good discussions, but that one right there, boy, that ball got dropped fast and hard. It was like that ball was like lather with Crisco. Could nobody hold on to that ball? And she just carved their ass up on it.
Yeah, they show let her shine on that one.
Boy, that was that was brutal for me to sit there and watch that. I was like, oh my God. And look, let me tell you something. They dropped the link in the chat like I do for you to come up on the stream, but I was at work that day. If I had been at home, I would have been on that clip because me and her would have been. I would have had to give her some business.
Well, lit her ass up, huh?
I would have to give her some business. Let me be.
And it seems like the other women was in agreement because they was fairly quiet,
Well, the best way to get compliance is silence.
That's true.
Exactly.
Yep. Hey guys, we're gonna head up out of here. But that was a good stream. It
was
nowhere near like I wrote. Everything I got today, I'm gonna deal with it tomorrow because we got to get into some. We're gonna get into. There was the part of the stream I want to get into is that why I think Black women don't like Black men, but we'll get to that when we get to the next live stream. But guys, I really appreciate y'all, like I always do, coming through, and showing some love and stuff like that. Flo, I'm gonna talk to you in a minute. I'm gonna get off here, and so sit by your phone.
Okay.
All right, Freddie. Thanks again for dropping through, man. I appreciate you.
Nice seeing you, Fred.
It's always love, man. Always love. I appreciate